Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Show Prep Diaries. I'm getting closer and closer, and I just want to share with you what's going on today. And again, I'm so grateful that you've joined me. You know, some days are easy, some days are hard. Yesterday I felt great. Today I'm a little bit dragging. So today is a low carb day today. So that means I had eggs and one rice cake, and then I had some 4 ounces of lean beef and some vegetables, and I get to have one more rice cake. And then the next 2 meals are just protein and a little bit of protein and veg. So no carbs aside from 2 rice cakes and some vegetables. Woo! So, and I thought it was a great day since I was doing podcast interviews and working with clients to cook my sweet potatoes. And so as I'm on the phone on Zoom, all I'm doing is smelling sweet potatoes. And they smell so good. So I get to start having those tomorrow, but none today. It's like one of those days where I'm like, can I go to bed yet? So the day is over. But I'm feeling good. I mean, you can definitely see that I'm leaner. You do lose perspective on the journey, so that's just part of it. You know, you're just like, I don't know, do I look any different? I think I do. But you can definitely see, I mean, I have, like, my abs are pretty good. Just because I don't have much carbs, I'm pretty flat. I think I'm pretty flat, but I feel good. So one of the things that I had that I wanted to share with you, a treat that seems like, really, Katie, that's a treat. But because it's a little colder here in Atlanta, I've been like, ooh, burr, right? And so what I did was I just heat up some water in here in the microwave. And then I'm using just a little bit of the salted caramel sweetener. And then also, I just got this one. It's cinnamon dolce. I'm going to put that in there too, in the hot water. That's all that's in there. And then this is like, Coach, sorry, it's probably not on my diet, but I'm just gonna have a little bit of it. It's only 10 calories per teaspoon, but I literally will take just the tip of this spoon. You guys are gonna think, oh my God, you're so neurotic. So I'm like basically putting like a half a teaspoon in there, and then I'm gonna mix that up. And what I have to say to you is that this is so good, I can't even describe it to you. It is so delicious. It's so very yummy. And it's hot and it smells good. So good. So again, just so I can, I've talked about this before, but this is non-dairy coffee creamer French vanilla that I get. And you can get these skinny syrups. This one's Jordan skinny syrups, and this one's Joe's at Marshall's or Home Goods or TJ Maxx. Those types of stores. They usually have a bunch of those in different flavors. So anyway, so as I was saying, I was just I'm going to prep my sweet potatoes a little bit while I just finish up talking to you. So I didn't do my morning cardio yet today because I had to go out. It's like Christmas time, so I had to run out and get. I'm making these thin little slices just because that way I can load them in when I'm having them. Like, I get like 50 grams or 80 grams. Let me just tell you, it's not that much. But I'm just going to layer them in here. So I had to get up early, and I know that I don't have a really heavy workout today, not too heavy. So I'll get the cardio done at the gym when I finish doing this. And then I'll get my cardio done and then my workout done there. So that will be good. I eat the skins. I just take off the edges, and I got a pretty good fresh container of them. So they're not like bruised. And sometimes you get a bag of sweet potatoes and they're kind of nasty. But sweet potatoes at this point in time taste like candy. They're so delicious. I absolutely love them. So that's that. I'm feeling, as I said, really good. My diet, I got the countdown diet. So I'm, working on that. And and today's a low carb day. Yesterday was a medium. The day before was high. So I was like, ooh, it feels so good to have a full belly. But I didn't get myself too excited because I was like, Katie, don't get too excited. But I'll be posting some progress pictures. I'm going to do some tonight for y'all to connect it to this video so you guys can see how I'm looking. The mind plays really funky tricks, so you have to be really careful, and that's why it's really important that you do take pictures, because you can be like, you lose perspective. You think you're crazy. Like, oh, I'm fat, or I'm big, or I'm small, or, your mind becomes very strange. And anyone who can do like low carb a lot, I honor you, because I just simply can't. So I'm just going to show you what I did with these. So I just cut those into that shape, and I can smell them. It smells like candy. But anyway, yeah. So this is my abs. They're pretty good, actually. Not too bad. But let's see. They look pretty cut. Yeah, I'm 112 12 today, and I'll report back in a little bit when I'm at the gym. Some updated pictures. Thanks for following me. If you have any questions, please make sure to reach out. I love you. I'm grateful for you. I'm so glad you're part of my journey. And don't forget, you have greatness within you. If you have any questions in regards to anything I'm sharing, please reach out. I'm here for you.
Hello, everyone. So here's my quick version of my workout. When you put it on fast, it's so funny. It's so silly. It made me laugh. I'm going to give a demonstration of what I did. I was really tired today, so I took it a whole nother track. So here I did side lunges. This felt really good. I did this as several exercises all linked together and went through them 3 times. So side lunge, just holding with a band. So it's still having to work balance, but really taking in that nice, big, deep side stretch. I like those a lot. Next, what I did was I grabbed the heavy ball and you just do the throws. So you basically take the weight over your head, and every single time you throw that ball down, you throw it as hard as you can and you chase it down so you end up in a squat. I haven't done these in a while. I forgot how much I like them. I didn't do them super heavy, but boy, you can really feel it in your core and your whole body. So these are ball slams. And I did 8 to 10 of all these different exercises. And then gave myself just a couple breaths because I wasn't going super heavy, and went right to another exercise. Here I am doing kettlebell swings. So again, not super heavy. I think this maybe was at 20. I used to do like 40. I could definitely do heavier, but again, all I was doing is going through the body. I was low carb. I didn't want to kill it. Just want to get my heart rate up and work through the entire body, squatting down and squeezing the glutes to drive that weight forward. Then what I did is I took the weights and I laid down and I did some chest presses. Took a little bit of breath right there because my heart was racing from those kettlebell swings. And here I really like, I don't really hardly do chest at all anymore, just because for a bikini we don't need it. But I just did your standard presses here with a little bit of a rotation. And this feels so good on my chest, that big, huge stress and opening, and then just driving it up. Nice loose grip on the weights, chest is lifted out, active pelvic floor, and just get 8 to 10 of those. Felt fantastic. I loved it. So rare that I've been doing these lately, so I figured I'd put this into the circuit because my back is pretty stiff, so it feels good to see and lie flat. Next, what I did is I just held the back of the bench and then did lower abs, nice and controlled, nice and smooth, legs up and then down slow. The whole time I'm doing that, I'm thinking about scooping out the core, activating the pelvic floor, and controlling the down phase, trying to keep the belly tight and flat and breathing and nice and tight in the abdominal area. Imagine that your legs are like in between your legs and your head's like a rubber band. Last, what I did here, I'm almost done, is I did bent over rows and just drove those up and down. So not a heavy weight, but I still got a good stretch here, squeezing the weight behind me, and that felt dynamite. So you can see I'm keeping that chest up and driving those weights along like I'm pulling a lawnmower string on each side. Last but not least, I finished off with a stretch, really opening the side bodies. Again, all the bikini posing, all the weightlifting, all the cardio. So important that I keep working on my flexibility. I did, right before this workout, 30 minutes of incline at in between an 8 and a 12 incline at 3.6 and in the speed. So it got my heart rate up pretty good. So here's the final thing that I did. It's a stretch sequence. Again, keeping those shoulders and hips flexible is so important as we age in particular, especially when you're lifting at a lot of weights. I want to be as flexible as I am strong because they go hand in hand. And I think that people don't understand that in general, but it's definitely super important. You can see I still have fairly good mobility in my shoulders, and I always want to keep that really being able to put my arms behind my head. And now what I'm going to do is this is a really good one for me because I'm really tight in the front of my quad. And so if I can do a lunge and really push that hip through and reach up through the upper body, it was a fabulous stretch. This is really going to help me with my posing for bikini. And I did that on both sides. I'm not holding them too long. I'm just opening in that stretch and then breathing in and blowing out. Really thinking about lengthening out the top of my head. This side's always a little tighter because my right hip is always a little bit off. You'll notice that in certain moves. You'll see me adjusting a lot, trying to make sure I'm symmetrical. My quads are getting defined, which is kind of cool to see. And then finally, what we're going to do here is just breathing and blowing into that side stretch one final time, keeping those hips nice and fluid. I'm just working through those primary joints, the shoulders and the hips, and then stretching out the back of the shoulders one final time. Feels so good. Bringing those feet in close, and then coming up nice and tall, breathing in, up, and blowing it out, release. Breathing it in, up, and blowing it out, release. This was a good day today, and now it's time for a cup of tea in bed. Another low-carb day tomorrow. Thanks for joining me today.